Hi there, it's Jordana again from Deep Physio, and we are in video 2 now on our Women's Health series. And today what we're going to address is vaginal births, so postnatal women in a non-traumatic vaginal birth, and what we do from a physiotherapy point of view. So we get a lot of questions of, when should I go and see a physiotherapist after delivering? So with a non-traumatic vaginal birth, which means that you haven't had any stitches, there was no tearing, no episiotomy, no vacuum, no forceps, and obviously no C-section. It was a birth where everything went actually quite smoothly and there was no complications post delivery. So from those point of views, we always say there is no right or wrong time to come in, but we always encourage straight away. If you are able to, and we always welcome to bring in your little newborns at the same time, is to come in and get a women's health assessment. So what that means is we are going to look at your pelvis and your posture and your alignment. Because obviously after carrying baby and then also giving birth, everything is going to be a little bit off. I like to say maybe some muscles are more tight. Joints might be a little bit restricted in certain areas. So we like to assess the posture and treat it either manually with mobilizations, soft tissue mobilizations. Sometimes I do dry needling right out of the gate as well. Once we get that, I also assess for the split in your abdominals, so your RDA. Obviously straight out of the gate, you are going to have quite a big gap. So I'm not too concerned, but it's something that I'm going to monitor. And then we start to work on just gentle core. So we're looking at how you're breathing, because obviously having your baby, it could have been pushing up into your diaphragm. You're not breathing as well. If we don't have our breath in a proper cycle through using the diaphragm when we're breathing more apically, we are not going to fire our core properly. The other thing we obviously look at as well is pelvic floor, but again, very gentle, very common for women to have leaking. Obviously, you might even be bleeding for at least 1, 2, maybe even 3 weeks, passing some blood and some clots. Again, we're not too worried, and research has shown, and through my personal experience, as you start to get the breath going and lightly engaging your deep transverse core muscles and a light contraction of your pelvic floor straight after delivery actually helps heal the uterus, contract it, and they start to see that you're actually able to pass the blood quite quickly, as well as end it earlier in the stages. So right out of the gate, it's totally fine to start with light pelvic floor and light transverse abdominal exercises, even as early as week 1. And then week 2 and 3, depending on how you're doing, we're progressing you. We usually like to see our women once a week, if possible, if you're able to come out with your baby, but even once every 2 weeks is fine, to progress you into stabilizing your core, getting everything working well together. So by week 6, we're able to transition into more difficult core and pelvic strengthening exercises. So thanks again for listening, and stay tuned for our next video.